All right, when it comes to business innovations, and you didn't hear this from me, but this whole electric vehicle thing, big. All right, so that's not the real news flash there. What is how widespread it is getting. The proof yesterday when the president was unveiling this Lordstown Motors new all-electric pickup truck. Of course, now they have all-electric Mack trucks, all-electric Jeeps, you name it. It's all the rage. Scott Martin following all of this. And that's something that's picked up considerable steam. The president pounding that theme, that all of this is happening under his watch. What do you think?
Yeah, it's starting to, Neil. And if you look at how the revamp of NAFTA took place here into USMCA, which is now just recently effective, I mean, you look at what happened up in the Mahoning Valley just up the road from me today. You see that the problems in the manufacturing and everything that happened with respect to things going to Mexico are now being taken care of, and they're starting to come back to that area, which I think really should be a good focus tonight on the debate, Neil, when it comes to Trump and his talking about how many jobs have been created here, but how many more jobs are going to be created here because he redid NAFTA. I mean, you look at the hundreds of thousands of jobs that were lost because of NAFTA since its existence, the fact that the Obama-Biden administration really didn't do anything about it. It was alive and well, destroying our economy, and the fact that you still have millions of jobs still reliant on the trade with Canada and Mexico seems like a big point here that he's trying to get in ahead of the debates.
I'm curious, too, when it comes to this whole electric vehicle technology, the one thing I've noticed is that they're not all compatible with each other. Charging stations and the means by which you get your battery going again, they're not on the same system, so to speak. Now, you're too young to remember this, but it all reminds me of the whole VHS Betamax battle. You know, there wasn't a simple standard for this. VHS eventually won, and then that all went away. But my point is that until we resolve that, it's going to be splintered growth, isn't it?
Yes, and it's also a wonder of how this movie exactly ends to keep that theme going, because you're right. While the electric vehicles are great, despite sometimes, you know, I like the EVs, but the problem is sometimes there's just something about being in a car and not realizing that it's on because they're so quiet. But besides that, the electric vehicles are kind of all the rage, and they're things that millennials like too. So if you look at these future buyers, you look at the things that are happening in California where they're outlawing, you know, some of the emissions standards, or at least changing those as they go forward into the future here with respect to gas-powered vehicles. You have to see that the future is definitely in the EV space. So given that you're seeing these plans come back to the U.S. that are, yes, rebuilding things like the Chevy Blazer, the nice thing is, too, is that the EV space is starting to take off here in the good old U.S. of A.
You know, you're right about that. They are awfully quiet, those vehicles. They sneak up on you, and you're almost like, good. You know? Thank you, my friend. Scott Martin, at Technology Whiz, besides looking at the market right now at the corner wall in Broadway.